Hey guys, Wayne here from H2 Tech Videos. This is part 2 of Photoshop for beginners. In part 1 we went over the basics of kind of where everything is, some of the basic tools you're going to need to use, and we talked about how to add text. So in this part 2, we're going to continue where we are. We're going to show you how to add images, how to change up the coloring a little bit, and have a little bit more fun. So probably a big thing a lot of you guys would want to do is being able to add certain colors. You might see, like for example, something like this. And hey, I like this brown. I want to bring this brown into here. Well, there's a tool in here that will allow you to copy this color exactly into your project. So first I'm going to show you how to take this image and add this image to the one we're working on, and then I'm going to show you how to take the color out of here and add it to our project. So I'm on Google here, just google.com. Let me go back to it so you can just see how easy this is. Google.com, and then you want to click on images right here, and then when you search it'll only show you pictures. I typed in simple flyer, but whatever you're trying to find, type that in. You normally want to pay attention to the dimensions, and when you mouse over a picture it'll actually tell you, like down here it says 236 by 335, so it sort of tells you how big or small the graphic is. This is important because depending on how big your project is, if you try to move a picture over, it might be too small, so you may want to search for a certain size picture. So I'm going to click here. We're going to take this picture. I'm going to right click on it. If you go down to copy image, it'll save a copy to your clipboard, and then I come back to my project, and on the keyboard I'm going to hold the control button, which is in the bottom left corner, and then with my other finger I'm going to tap the V as in Victor, and that will paste it in here. As you can see, it came out really small because the dimensions of that picture are really small. Now it's okay if we're just trying to take the color of it, we can still do what we need to do. So the first thing, so on the left here we have our layers. This picture here is now a new layer. It's layer 1. Let's say I want to make this whole background, instead of it being white, I want it to be this brown color. So first I'm going to click on layer 0, which is the background. It's the white. And then I'm going to come over here. Actually no, you're going to click on this twice. So notice we clicked it once to select it. Make sure your mouse is in this little blank area right here, and we're going to double click, and you'll see this box pops up. This is a layer style, and it allows you to really get creative with what you do with that layer. We're going to go down to color overlay, check the box, and the default color is red. But now if we click on this box, and then under blend mode we're going to click on this little red square here, and now this is where you normally would pick the color you want, but we want this color. So you're going to take your mouse and put it right on this new picture we brought in, and the mouse changes to an eyedropper, and when you click on that brown color it will mimic that color exactly, and now our background is the color we want. We're going to press OK. Now in this same section we can actually change what's called the opacity, which is maybe you want this brown but you want it to be sort of transparent, or you want it faded a little bit. I can sort of just drag this and it'll sort of blend back and forth between the white and the brown, so you can, you know, change the shading a bit. You know, just keep in mind that that's an option you have. Now one other cool option, this is not something that I do a lot, but it's pretty cool. If you go down to pattern overlay and check this box, you can now have a special pattern that's interweaved in the picture. So okay, first to do this you have to go back to color overlay, and we're gonna bring down the opacity a little bit, and now you see the background is starting to shine through. Go back to pattern, or excuse me, the pattern is starting to shine through. So we're gonna click right here where it says pattern on this little picture, and there's a bunch of patterns that are already in here that you can select from. So these are just different textures. This looks really like dirt. This is actually a good one. So I can take that, and from here you can change the scale, so you can make the pattern bigger or smaller to kind of create a different effect. Just depends on what you're going for. This looks kind of like a snake skin, which is kind of cool. Or if you're going closer, it looks more like terrain. So as you change that percentage, it changes what that pattern is going to look like. There's also a way you can make your own pattern as well. So, you know, you just kind of play around with it. We're going to press OK, and now we have our cool pattern. Now, this picture we brought in is still there, and we don't need it anymore because we were just trying to take the color from it. So I can click on that layer and click on the eye. This little eye right here allows you to hide something. So I can hide it by clicking this, or I can just hold down the layer and drag it all the way down to the trash can and let it go, and now it's gone. Okay, so it's a little bit with playing around with backgrounds, moving colors around. Let's say I want to take a picture and I want to bring it in. Okay, we're going to go back to our Google here. Let's see. Find our images. There we go. So maybe, let's say this is a party flyer and we want some balloons. Let's search balloons. Okay, cool. Let's take this. So just want you to pay attention again. Every time I mouse over a picture, it gives you the dimensions. So things over like 1,000 are good because it means that they're higher resolution and they're going to look good on the background. So let's take this basic cluster of no. Let's do this one. Okay, so we're going to click on it, right click, click on copy image. We'll minimize this. And now I'm going to Control V, paste that in there. So now this is sort of cool. I've got the balloons, but you know what? I don't want this white background here. So I'm going to come over here to my magic wand tool and click on it. And if you click in the white area, just click right here, it's going to select the outer area. Now if you hit delete, it will erase the white background. Now this is not always this clean. It does depend on, like, if you want to find pictures that have a solid white background. If it's black or a different color, then it doesn't work as easy. You have to do a little bit more work. But if it's a solid background, then it's a little bit easier. We also want to take out this little white area right here, so we're just going to click in that small little area and hit delete. And then take our magnifying glass, we can zoom in a bit more and see there's a little bit more white we need to take out for this to look seamless. So let's go back to our magic wand, click here, and I'm just hitting delete on the keyboard, and that's what's taking it out. And that's how we make it nice and clean. Now let's see, we're going to go up and click on our pointer, and then if you want to get rid of these little dots, the little flashing dots, we're going to hit Control and D, and then that gets rid of that altogether. And then magnifying glass. Now we're going to hit Alt so we can zoom back out. And now we have our nice clean balloons on our background. Okay. Now we can make these balloons bigger, but you want to be careful because if you make it any bigger, then it might distort. Because when you paste it in there, it's gonna be the same resolution that you took it, and when you try to make it bigger, then it distorts. So you want to be careful. So actually, let me show you a couple of things. Let's say we want to make a copy of these balloons. We want 2 sets of balloons on the page. You're going to come to the layer. This is the layer for the balloons right here. And if you're not sure what layer you're on, the easiest way is to put the mouse on that layer, right click, and then the top layer on the list, which is layer 1, is always the one that you're right on top of. So click there. That's how I know for sure that this is my layer. Once you right click and click on it, then it will be highlighted over here. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to right click on it, and I want to come down let's see, I want to go to duplicate layer, and I'm going to press OK, and now I have two. See that? So this is my new layer, that's the old one, and if I want to move this one, I have to, remember, select it. So right click, click on it, and then I can drag it here. Okay, now this is a little tough right here. Like, I want to make these balloons leveled. Okay, so you'll have a ruler right up here. If you don't have this ruler, press Control R and the ruler will appear. If you put the mouse right on the ruler and click and drag down, it actually will give you an imaginary line that you can use to level out your graphics to make sure they're all on the same, like they're leveled, and like these two are both exactly adjacent to each other. So there's that. And now let's add another simple picture. Let's see. Maybe we just find like a picture, type in stock images. These are weird pictures that are coming up. Okay, wait, let's see, kid's birthday. Let's take this one right here. So we're gonna click on it, right click, copy image, come back to our project here, and then Control V and paste it in there. And don't worry about this line, this won't actually show up when you save it. In fact, let's copy these balloons. So I'm going to just right click on layer. Sorry, right click there. Sorry. What I'm doing is I'm just trying to make another copy. This would be a really simple, like let's say it's an invitation or something. Okay. Right click on the balloons, layer 1. Right click on layer 1, duplicate layer, press OK, and now I have another set of balloons. We can bring in the corner, and I'm going to do it again. Duplicate layer, press OK, drag it across, and then I'll add one more piece of text to close it out. So just go to the T here, and remember I'm going to click and then create a little text box. And then we'll type something. Come celebrate with us. Alright. And then if we want to move the text, remember we just right click. There it is. We select it and then we can sort of center it better. We can even drag this line down if we want to make things look a little more uniform. Make sure they're all on the same level and everything. And then if you want to edit the text more, there's an option over here. It is character. I'm going to click on there, and now we have a lot more options. So text color, if you want it to be bold or not bold. So for it to actually change the text, you're going to have to select the text. So go to the T, click, and then we're going to, so now the box is editable, and we're going to just highlight everything, and then we can unbold it or bold it, italics it. We can change the color. We can have a lot more fun with it just by doing that. You can also do this. So right click on the text, and if you press Control T, and now we right click on it, you have a few more options. So you can do what's called a scale. So we can make it bigger or smaller. If you want to undo, Control Z does it as well. Really simple. You also have, let's see, right click. You can do what's called a flip vertical. I'm not sure why you'd want that to be upside down, but you can do that. You have a lot of different options there. So I'm going to stop right there. The whole point of this part 2 is I wanted to just show you, editing the backgrounds, how to copy images, doing a little bit more with text, how to take images from online. So in part 3, I'll show you how to take a file. If you have an image like that's in a file and you need to take that image and you need to add that, we'll go over that part, and we'll do a little bit more, and hopefully you guys will sort of understand the basics of how to find everything. And in part 3, we'll also go over how do you save your work and the different formats you can save in. Alright, hope you guys found this helpful. Make sure you like, favorite, and share the video if it was helpful. Go ahead and send me an email if there's something specific you want to learn with Photoshop. Really just trying to go over the beginner stuff, so try to keep it beginner. If it's something advanced, you may want to Google it, but email me anyway. h2techvideos@gmail.com. And it's the number 2. And thanks for watching. Have a good one.